back, episode 17, Maverick Goose, better known as MGN the BOD. Week 1, we are in the danger zone. Kickoff time.
I hope we're in the end zone, Joe.
Oh, it's going in, baby.
Life can resume.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, my God.
I am so pumped up. We are a couple days away from Thursday Night Football. Kickoff. Let's get this show started, man.
You know what? You know what obsessed me? The only thing that obsessed me is that Tom Brady's going to be on the field.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really.
I'm just glad
we're not going to get too much into it, but I'm upset by the judge's decision.
I understand. As an AFC East fan of the Bills, I get why you're upset. Truthfully, I'm just glad that it's over.
It's
too much. It's too much. You know what? Let him. Yeah, he's a cheater. We all know. Let's let him play. What will be, will be. That's it. Welcome back. We want to thank, of course, coffeetalkradio.com/football. That's where you're going to check us out. As always, if you haven't done your fantasy league yet, we recommend you check out dynastysportsempire.com. The low price of $50. Check them out. They'll meet all your fantasy needs. They're wonderful people.
Wonderful.
They help us out tremendously. Today's show, what we're going to do is go over all the Week 1 matchups with the spread, because that's important in case you want to do any FanDuel or teams and
join
players.
Pick 'em pool.
Pick 'em pool for your offices. We're just here to help you, like we always want to do.
We're trying to give our knowledge to the people of YouTube.
Cracking eggs of knowledge over people's heads since 1984.
Yes, exactly.
Because we were born the same year.
We were born the same year.
It was a good year.
84 was the best year I ever heard of.
I don't even know another year. What do you have to say about this Week 1? What are your feelings about it?
You know, there's so much anticipation, waiting. There's a lot of waiting going on. The preseason, I'm not a big preseason fan, but it does give you glimpse and glimmers of hope or despair, whatever the case may be. It shows you a little bit of what the players have, but to me, it's not anything what they're going to bring to the table. So Week 1 is heaven.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun time.
Because now we're going to see people play.
Wives and girlfriends are miserable.
Yes.
For the next 5 months.
Well, that's too bad.
I know. They have to deal with it. We only ask for 1 day a week, right?
That's it. Just Sunday.
Just be with us.
And maybe Monday and the occasional
Thursday. Yeah. That's it.
That's all. We still love them.
Right. It's not a big deal.
No.
All right. Let's get things started because we're super pumped up. First game of the NFL season. New England's going to raise the banner. Pittsburgh at New England. Thursday Night Football. 8:30 kickoff Eastern Time. Tell me who you like and why.
Well, you got last year's Super Bowl champion against possibly, in my opinion, possibly the AFC representative for the Super Bowl this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pittsburgh, I think Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, obviously he's not playing in this game due to suspension, but Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, I think this Pittsburgh team is very, very good. They're a little skeptical on defense, but I think they're good enough to be elite in this league.
Okay, now New England is giving Pittsburgh 7 points. New England's home. Who do you like?
I think it's the 7 points. Which again, it's 7 here, but some places you might look at 6.5.
Right.
They might even drop down to 6 at game time because I think these points are a gift.
Okay.
So Pittsburgh doesn't need these points.
So you're going Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Do you think they'll win outright?
100%.
Okay. I think they cover. So I'm taking Pittsburgh with the points.
Okay. So you think maybe New England wins by 3?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Is there anybody fantasy-wise you like in this game?
Listen, like I said, Le'Veon Bell, he's out. D'Angelo Williams, not a big D'Angelo Williams fan, but he's going to get the ball. Could get a couple goal line carries. Could sneak in there for a touchdown. I don't think you're expecting the world out of D'Angelo Williams, but maybe 50, 60 rushing yards and a nice score.
Not a good New England defense. So that's why you have a little bit of hope there for Debo.
I think D'Angelo is a nice Week 1 pickup.
Okay.
For people who are missing Le'Veon Bell.
No doubt. I like Marcus Wheaton going against that New England weak secondary. I think he's going to have a big game, possibly over 100 yards, because I think they're going to smother Antonio Brown. Even though he'll produce still, Antonio Brown will produce, obviously.
Does he continue to streak?
No doubt.
Okay.
I think he has the streak done by halftime. The streak meaning five catches in a game. I think it's been over like 35 games. It's insane.
Since 84.
Yeah, it's insane. Which again was a good year. So we both like Pittsburgh. Moving along to the 1 o'clock games on Sunday. Indianapolis visits the only New York team.
I love you.
The Buffalo
love you for
Bills.
saying that. I love you for saying
that. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Boomer, that was a shout out to you.
Oh, God. Obviously.
So, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Buffalo is getting 2.5 at home.
Yeah, which I guess is about right. Listen, like I said before, if Pittsburgh doesn't represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, my other pick would be Indianapolis. They're a very tough team, very skeptical on defense, but also Buffalo is we don't know what Tyrod Taylor brings to the table yet.
Right.
Okay, so you can't.
The unknown.
It's very much the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what is known is that Buffalo defense, and Andrew Luck is going to have a difficult day. Albeit he's still going to put up points because he's the best quarterback in the league. Him and Aaron Rodgers are the two best quarterbacks in the league. So he's still going to produce. It's going to be a tough task for Buffalo. Hypothetical gun to head, I'm going to take Buffalo. I guess a little bit because I'm a little bit of a homer right there, but I can see this game going either way.
I'm going to take Buffalo, too, getting the points. Because the game is in Buffalo. New regime with Rex Ryan. I just think that defense is going to be ridiculous. And Indy has not shown yet that they could really consistently protect Andrew Luck. With that said, sleeper pick, I like Charles Clay.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think?
I think it's a great sleeper pick.
Yeah?
I think it's a great sleeper pick.
Okay.
And for people who are another fantasy sleeper pick, I would pick up Carlos Williams. As a Buffalo fan, LaShawn McCoy, I love the guy, but I think this injury is going to linger the entire year. And I don't think Carlos, I wouldn't pick him up for week one. I'm not going to say he's going to do much in week one. I think LaShawn McCoy is going to play week one. But if Carlos Williams is available in your league, pick him up, stash him on your roster.
Yeah, I agree with
I don't think LaShawn McCoy is, and it hurts me to say this, I don't think he's going to make it the whole year.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He's already banged up. If he's going to get the touches that Rex is projecting, he's not going to make it through a year.
Exactly.
They have to be careful.
And
with
Carlos Williams is next guy up with Freddie Boom Boom. Freddie, if you watch the show, you're one of my favorite Bills. I'm going to miss you. Thank you for your services in Buffalo. I'm really going to miss you. Good luck in Seattle. But the next guy up is this guy, Carlos Williams, who the coaching staffs love.
5th round pick, I believe, from Florida State.
Florida State.
Good pick. So we both like Buffalo. Moving along, you may have heard of this team, the Green Bay Packers, visit the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. The Bears at home getting 6.5. Thoughts? I know, laughable.
My thoughts are Chicago's awful.
Yeah.
It's just, they're not going to be a good football team. They're really not going to be a good football team. And Aaron Rodgers, with or without Jordy Nelson, he could have me and you out there. He's going to carve up this defense.
No doubt. It's going to be scary what he does.
6.5 points. They might win by 16.5.
This is one of those 35-17 games, I think.
Listen, again, on this sheet it's 6.5. I don't care if it goes up to 10. Green Bay's going to win the game.
Matty likes Green Bay. I like Green Bay. Two not so sleepers, but I think because of the matchups, I like Devontae Adams and Martellus Bennett.
Yeah, well, listen, Martellus Bennett. Somebody has to catch the ball on that offense, and obviously they're going to be trailing many times this year. And Martellus Bennett is a very good tackle.
I'm going to give you another one. Even though I think the Packers are going to win, Eddie Royal goes over 100 yards.
Eddie. All right. Listen, he had a good camp. He had a decent preseason. People like him. To me, it's Eddie Royal.
Okay,
he's good. He's good. But again, somebody's got to catch the ball.
No doubt about it.
Somebody's got to catch. So I like your pick on Martellus Bennett, but he does it every year.
Okay.
Eddie Royal, a little bit of a sleeper. Let me ask you a question, though. Sticking on Green Bay. For the folks out there in fantasy land, Ty Montgomery?
Over Jeff Janis? Is that what you're asking?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying who is filling this spot? For the people who had Jordy Nelson and the people who wanted to draft Jordy Nelson, who is filling this spot? Is it, in your opinion?
It's going to be Ty Montgomery because of the consistency that he's shown throughout camp. Jeff Janis does not have the trust of Aaron Rodgers. Ty Montgomery has come into camp, produced consistently, doesn't drop the ball, and he's a special teams guy. So if you are in a league that gives you special teams points, Ty Montgomery is your play over Jeff Janis.
I agree with you. I just wanted to know your opinion as a fantasy expert and also as a fantasy Green Bay Packer fan.
Right, absolutely. So you have it both from us. We both like the Packers, giving 6.5 to the Bears.
Next game up.
Houston, home, versus Kansas City.
I think this is going to be trickier than people think.
Well, Houston is giving Kansas City a point at home.
Yeah.
So who do you like?
Me, I'm going to take Kansas City.
I took Houston there. Why'd you take Kansas City?
I'm not a Hoyer believer right now.
Okay.
Okay. I really thought Ryan Mallett was gonna win this job and take this job over. It is apparent that his immaturity has not eluded him, and because obviously what other reason would be because he's got the talent. So he must be. It must be the immaturity factor that the coaches pick up on. That was a problem plaguing him coming out of college.
Yes.
And obviously they went with Hoyer. Hoyer's a nice backup quarterback in my opinion. Ryan Mallett, I thought he was going to take the next step forward this year into becoming a solid NFL quarterback. But obviously Bill O'Brien has different opinions on that, and that's why he's coaching the Houston Texans.
And we're here.
And I'm sitting at Tellus Tavern.
Right.
You know.
That's me.
Yeah.
But I mean that's not bad.
I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way. Again, I would take the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm taking Houston pretty much because they're at home. 1 point tells me it's essentially a pick 'em, so I would take Houston.
It is. Yeah, you're right. It is essentially a pick 'em.
Any sleepers here you like?
Not many. No, not many.
It's tough.
Not many.
It is tough. I don't really like anybody here either.
Fantasy-wise, I don't really,
It wouldn't surprise me if Jeremy Maclin actually had a big game.
It would surprise me if Jeremy Maclin wasn't injured.
Yeah.
Ever.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on. Next game, the Carolina Panthers visit the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville is getting 3 points at home. I'm going to start this one off. I like Jacksonville.
Sign me up.
I like Jacksonville. Devin Funches is not a number one.
No, he's not.
Jacksonville, I think, is juiced up. I think Gus Bradley is a coach that gets the players going. I think he's a player's coach. I think Blake Bortles takes that next step. And I think that you are going to see the emergence of Allen Robinson and Marquise Lee, even Allen Hurns. This is a good, young Jacksonville team.
We talked pre-show, me and Joe.
Over a cocktail.
Yeah, over a cocktail. We talked pre-show about how much we actually like Jacksonville. And when we say that, we don't mean that they're going to be a great football team by any means.
Right.
But we think that they are trending upward in the right direction. And listen, I like what Blake Bortles has shown me in the preseason. Again, you take the preseason with a grain of salt.
Right.
I'll really analyze him once the season starts, but I like what Blake Bortles brings to the table. I like T.J. Yeldon. If I'm going to point out a little fancy sleeper there, I think T.J. Yeldon is going to be a 3-down back on that team.
No doubt about it. I agree with you.
And the loss of Calvin Benjamin it hurts extremely, way too much for Carolina to sustain their stance in that division. So I think Jacksonville is going to win that game.
Okay.
Outright, without.
I agree. I think Jacksonville wins outright as well. Carolina. Look out for Jonathan Stewart, who I like this year. And as far as Jacksonville is concerned, I'm a big fan of Allen Robinson.
I know you are.
I really am.
Listen, he was great last year until he went down.
Yeah.
Until he went down, he was great.
I think he's going to be a big contributor.
And Blake Bortles, like I said, trending upward. I liked him coming out ahead of Jadeveon Clowney.
Yes.
And
yes, I understand. I remember that.
I thought he should have been the number one pick coming out.
Should have been in Houston. We wouldn't be talking Houston where we are.
Listen, you look good in the preseason. When in doubt, take Blake.
That's it. Moving on to what could be the lowest scoring game in the NFL Week 1. The Cleveland Browns visit the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium.
Folks, if you have any cooking to do on Sunday or cleaning to do on Sunday, I recommend you do it during this game because you're not going to miss much action.
It's very boring.
It's gonna be a defensive battle.
Yeah.
If you like defensive battles, then certainly tune into this game. But it is going to be a boring game. Cleveland's offense is putrid. Jets defense is revamped and ready to go.
We just don't know what
we just don't know what. And Cleveland brings a good defense to the table.
Led by Danny Shelton. I love that monster. I can't stand that kid. I want to shake his cheeks. I love him.
He's going to be a good player.
He's going to be so good.
He's going to be a good player. They bring a good defense, and I love Pettin's system. I mean, Pettin was the Buffalo's defensive coordinator for a year, and he's the one who started Buffalo's trending up in the defensive mind.
Right.
When he took over Buffalo's defense, that's when Buffalo's defense started being good.
I agree. I understand.
So I like Cleveland's defense. I like the Jets' defense. Both offenses have huge problems, but I think the Jets. I think, like you said, maybe 9-6 is the final.
Yeah. Well, the Jets are giving 3 points. I took the Jets to cover. I could see a 17-10 game.
I agree with you. I'm taking the Jets.
Okay.
Strictly because Cleveland's offense is just atrocious.
Sleepers in this game anywhere?
We're going to be sleeping during the game.
Well, right. It's going to be that boring.
We're going to be sleeping during the game. Sleepers during this game. My good friend Joey here likes Chris Ivory. I just don't like him against that defense.
Okay, that's fair. I like Duke Johnson a lot this game. PPR guy.
I like him again, but against that Jets defense.
I know.
Maybe the two defenses. Maybe Cleveland's defense is the sleeper.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody's going to really go crazy production-wise, but if I had to take somebody, I like Duke Johnson in this game.
Okay.
Moving on. This is a juggernaut of a game. I love this game. This is the type of game I would want to watch.
I love this divisional matchup.
That's how you start off the year. I love this. The Seattle Seahawks visit the St. Louis Rams. The Rams at home are getting 3.5 points. Now, this is a defensive line that the Rams have that have 4 number 1 picks. They are stacked. led by Jeff Fisher. Seattle's sounds like they're going to be missing Cam Chancellor. You don't know what Jimmy Graham and that offense is going to be like meshed together finally. I'm going St. Louis with the points.
Laying 3.5. Probably, I'm going to say this is going to go down to maybe 3 at game time. I got to go Seattle. It might even go the other way. It might go up to 4.5, 5. I'm going to take Seattle in this game, strictly because to me, St. Louis, and again, I'm a big Jeff Fisher fan. I'm a big St. Louis fan. I think they're another team that's trending upward and is going to be very, very competitive this year. But right now, without Todd Gurley, with Trey Mason banged up, Benny Cunningham might get the starting job on week 1. Mm-hmm. They are very one-dimensional right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know that Nick Foles is going to drop back Nick Foles' passing because you're not going to be running without your running backs.
Right. You're right.
So I think until Todd Gurley becomes healthy and becomes the guy that we think he can be, that's when you're going to see St. Louis really take the next step. To me, Seattle is still the elite of that division, and I'm going to take Seattle giving the points.
Okay, I take St. Louis. Obviously, I like St. Louis. If Trey Mason plays, I like him as a little bit of a sleeper versus that good Seattle defense. But don't be surprised if somebody like Tavon Austin gets in the end zone on a pop pass.
I think that's a good sleeper.
Yeah, he could be sneaky.
What about Lockett? You like Lockett?
If you are in a
league, lit up the preseason.
If you're in a league that gets special teams points, yeah, I do. I like him a lot.
Do you like him as a receiver?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not yet. He's got to prove it to me. I can't recommend him to anybody yet. Moving on, the Miami Dolphins visit the. Oh my God, this team is so bad.
I don't even want to say
the Washington Redskins. This team should be in Canada.
This is
so bad.
This is literally they are such a bad.
So bad,
folks. They are such a bad football team this year.
Can we just give them like Connor Cook next year already?
You know what? That's exactly what.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of this.
They're gonna get it. They're gonna get the number 1.
Washington is getting 3 points at home. I'm taking Miami.
Washington could be getting 33 points.
Love Jarvis Landry in this game. The Redskins' defense is atrocious.
Is there anybody on Washington that you would want fantasy-wise?
Yes.
Name him.
Yes, I would. Jordan Reed.
Okay.
Jordan Reed could be a sneaky sleeper if he's healthy. That's a huge if.
I'm a big Jordan Reed guy. The guy's never healthy.
I know he's healthy right now,
healthy.
so I want to roll. I want to roll with him while he's healthy.
All right.
So I'm taking Miami. You're taking Miami.
100% taking
Okay,
Miami.
beautiful.
Let's get to the 4:00 game.
Yes. The New Orleans Saints visit the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona is giving 2.5. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a good game.
I think it's going to be a very good game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very competitive game. I think, the Saints. I'm very curious to see the Saints without Jimmy Graham. I'm very, very curious to see what they are on offense. We know what they are on defense, and it's very bad.
It's awful.
It's very bad. But, listen, Arizona's not that great on offense either last year without Carson Palmer. Right. Now he got Carson Palmer back. Let's see how he's healed.
Okay, fair enough.
He has looked pretty solid in preseason. Mm-hmm. Again, it's just a sliver of what's to come.
And they got Mike Iupati.
Yes.
To keep him upright, hopefully.
But we don't know.
Right, you gotta wait.
Michael Floyd's
Week 1's very hard to do
Michael
anyway.
Floyd's out.
Yep.
We don't know. John Brown, I love John Brown.
He was gonna be my sleeper.
I love John Brown. I think Arizona ultimately will win this game based on their defense.
I agree. I took Arizona, given the 2.5. John Brown was my sleeper here. I think he's gonna erupt. Big game from John Brown.
I agree with you.
7 catches, 135 and a touch.
Well, that's a big game.
That's a big game. New Orleans doesn't play defense.
No, they're very bad on defense. They really are. They're very bad on defense.
Moving on, the Detroit Lions visit the San Diego Chargers. San Diego is giving 2.5 points. This is an interesting game. Not many times you see an NFC team visiting an AFC team in Week 1.
Week 1, yeah.
It's a little weird to me. With that being said, I still like Detroit to win this game with the points. I don't believe in San Diego, as my compadre here likes as much. But
I don't love San Diego.
No, I know, but
I think they're
I don't like Detroit.
My argument with Joe is that I think San Diego is a competitive football team.
Competitive, I just don't think they're a playoff team. That's all.
I think they will be flirting with the playoffs the entire year.
Who do you like in this matchup?
Detroit.
Okay, I like Detroit as well.
I think Detroit. Listen, if the Packers weren't in that division, I think that's Detroit's division. I mean,
do you?
Yeah, 100%.
I think Minnesota.
And I think Minnesota is very good. I think Minnesota is another team, but they're not there yet in my mind. Teddy Bridgewater, he's got to show me more. Okay, which I think he will.
That's fair enough.
Getting back to Detroit, I like this team. I like their offense. I know you're not a big fan of their defense, but I think their defense is good enough to get by.
Amir Abdullah, sleeper.
Amir Abdullah. Melgo?
Punch it in.
Do you like Melgo? Which is Melvin Gordon.
If he's on
hashtag Melgo, we're going to get that going.
Copyrighted.
Yeah, we're going to get
copywritten.
that going.
Yeah, I like him, but he's got to be on the field. Right now, they're only saying he's a 2-down back. And if they're playing from behind, which they very easily could be, he's not going to be on the field.
Stevie Johnson.
Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Stevie Johnson.
That's a good one. I give you credit. That was very good.
Plug him in there week 1 because they're going to be playing from behind.
Yeah, I like that.
Stevie Johnson in there week 1. I like that, but I think ultimately Detroit and the reemergence of Calvin.
Yeah, so Detroit getting the 2.5. Amir Abdullah, Stevie Johnson.
100%. Let's go to the next one.
Baltimore at Peyton Manning's Denver Broncos. Denver giving 4.5. This was hard for me.
This is another very tough game.
First of all, awesome game to start week 1. Another one.
Remember this playoff game a couple of years ago?
God. What, Jacoby Jones. Over the top. Game over.
Back and forth.
Game over, Jacoby.
That was a great game.
Awful defense at the game.
Awful defense.
Oh,
no
so
defensive play. This is two good teams to me. Baltimore going to be flirting with the playoffs. Might win the division. I don't think so with Pittsburgh in there. But Denver is going to run away with that division.
Yes.
So this is Peyton Manning's. This is like his swan song. This is it. I'm not saying that he's announcing his retirement, but to me, like this, the way he deteriorated over the last 3-4 weeks last season, to me, in my mind, showed me like this is 2015 is Peyton Manning's either he's going for it or he's not getting it.
Okay, well, I'm taking Denver, given the 4.5.
I'm taking Denver with the 4.5.
I think this game is going to be close. I think it's going to go back and forth. I just think that Denver's offense is just that much better than Baltimore's offense. Both defenses are equivalent, I think. I'll give a slight edge to Denver.
I would give a slight edge to Denver.
Which is why I give them the overall game here to cover the 4.5 points. I'm a big Justin Forsett guy. I think he's going to catch the ball, run the ball well. Again, C.J. Anderson on the opposite side. Nobody sticks out to me in this game.
No.
You know.
Besides the...
I mean, the obvious. You don't want to say the obvious. We know Demarius.
Yeah.
We get it. But nobody is...
I think Emmanuel Sanders is an obvious... No, I think he's an obvious also because... Listen, he's very consistent.
He's very good in general.
Very consistent, meaning last year's whole sample size that he gave you.
He was excellent, no doubt.
He blew away my own expectations.
No doubt about it. I agree with you.
So, you got Demarius, you got Emmanuel, you got Peyton. Who else, fantasy-wise?
Forsett and Flacco.
Forsett and Flacco. I'm not a big Flacco guy.
Not me either, but if they're playing from behind in Denver, they got to air it out, right?
That's very true, Joe.
Okay, so we both like Denver, though, giving the 4.5.
100%. I say they win by a touchdown.
Okay, moving on. The Bengals of Cincinnati visit the Oakland Raiders, the pit hole of the NFL.
The up-and-coming Oakland Raiders.
I agree with that.
I watched this team in preseason. And let me tell you, I watched both of these teams. I actually think they were playing each other. The preseason game I watched, Andy Dalton looked like he never picked up a football before in his life.
He looks bad.
I think he played 3 series and he had like 3 interceptions. It was atrocious.
Well, Oakland is giving Cincinnati... Oakland is getting 3.5 points.
I am taking Oakland in the black hole.
Okay.
I mean, again, I think obviously the Andy Dalton thing I was watching in the preseason, I don't think he's going to play like that. But it was glaring to me how bad he was.
I'm taking Cincinnati because I can't see Oakland doing it week 1. They have to mesh more. They haven't shown me anything to pick them. But they're, like you said, up-and-coming team. I like them like Derek Carr. Love Amari Cooper. Latavius Murray is a little sleeper. So they are trending upwards. I agree with you 100%. If I was to like somebody in this game sleeper-wise, I like Michael Crabtree on Oakland, and I like Marvin Jones on Cincinnati.
Marvin Jones I like. Crabtree, yeah, I guess that's a good sleeper. I mean, I think it's going to be the Amari Cooper show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch.
I think he's going to...
I hope he does well.
He's going to put about... I'm going to go 8 catches for about $140 and 2 touchdowns.
That would be unbelievable.
That's a bold statement.
Huge rookie game.
Bold statement from MG.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I think Oakland's going to come out of the gates.
So you're taking Oakland getting the 3.5?
Yeah. Easy.
Okay, I'm taking Cincinnati given.
I think Oakland's going to win the game outright.
Okay, fair enough. The last 4 o'clock game on Sunday, Tennessee, Marcus Mariota visits Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Number 1,
Heisman Trophy winner versus Heisman Trophy winner. What do you
versus
got?
two. Oh man, this game is not going to be fun to watch. It would be.
This could be brutal too.
It's going to be brutal, but I'll tell you what's cool about this game is I like to see how college quarterbacks transition into the NFL. So you're going to get, listen, the number 1 pick, and you're going to get the number 2 pick right here. So this is a perfect sample size of what's to come in their careers, really, let alone the season.
I don't think that they don't know this. They're saying, I'm going to show I'm the number 1 pick, and I'm going to show why I should have been the number 1 pick. They know it.
100%.
They know it.
100%. They both want to win this game, obviously.
Tampa Bay is giving 3 points to Tennessee.
I'm taking Tampa Bay.
I'm taking Tampa Bay too, because I think, although I like Marcus Mariota much, much more than Jameis Winston, collectively it's a team sport. Tampa Bay just has the better team. Sleeper-wise, I like Kendall Wright, and I don't want to give you credit, but I have to.
Give me credit.
I'm going to say Doug Martin has a good game.
Dougie Fresh.
He's going to have a good game, I think.
Dougie Fresh. I love Dougie Fresh. I'm curious to see what's the tight end, Safario Jenkins.
Yes, Austin Safarian Jenkins. A 6'6" target.
I'm curious to see because he was the sleeper that these quote-unquote experts threw out at everybody, and we actually tended to agree with them. But I'm curious to see if he can do it this year because he was supposed
to catch the ball.
He was supposed to do it since he's been drafted.
Right.
So again, 2 awful teams. I don't mean that. I don't mean you know.
No, it's okay to say they're awful.
They're 2 awful teams. I'm going to take Tampa Bay. I think Lovie Smith actually makes Tampa Bay's defense somewhat relevant this year. To be honest with you,
that's fair enough.
But I think Winston puts them in way too many holes as the season goes on, turning the ball over.
Agreed. So we both like Tampa there.
Yes.
Okay. The first Sunday Night Football game of the season, very intriguing matchup. NFC East rivals. The New York Giants visit the Dallas Cowboys.
Do these guys play each other week 1 every year?
I feel like
they play week 1 every year.
Good programming. That's what it is.
It's always a good game.
It's marketing.
Oh, it's always a good game.
Not this case. I think Dallas runs away with this. Dallas is giving 5.5. I think Dallas absolutely destroys the Giants.
Couldn't disagree with you more.
Yes. Why? Tell me why. I have no idea why.
I just think the New York Giants are going to win this game.
I think you're straight up loco, I say.
I think the Giants are going to win this game, man.
Based on what?
Based on...
They look terrible.
They looked awful in the preseason.
Terrible.
They did look awful in the preseason.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a nightmare.
I think it's a smoke and mirrors job in the preseason.
Well, that's a lot of smoke.
I don't think they want to show you what
that's a lot of smoke. That is just... I think it's easy.
In all seriousness, listen, I could see Dallas winning this game. Dallas is a very, very, very good team. They just signed Christine Michael today, actually.
They did in a trade.
Yeah, they traded.
Supplemental 7th-round pick to Seattle, I believe.
I think that's a good play for them. I think Christine Michael, again, if you have room on your roster, stash him on your roster. I'm not saying he's going to be anything great, but stash him on your roster because
it's only a matter of time before Darren McFadden gets hurt.
The backfield is very muddled over there in Dallas.
Darren McFadden will get hurt. Joseph Randle may steal more underwear. We don't know. But Christine Michael could be a guy who could help you out later on down the road. I have Dallas winning and covering with the 5.5 points. You have the Giants getting 5.5 and picking them.
Yeah, but I think Dallas. I think Dallas might win this game, but I'm going to take the points.
I like Ruben Randle.
You like Ruben Randle? I like Terrence Williams.
Perfect. Moving on. Monday Night Football. This is glorious because there are 2 games. 2 games.
Double dose.
Back to back. You're going to get off of work, you're going to go home, get dressed, hang out with your buddies for several hours, and your wife may be getting divorce papers. It's a magical time. First game on the slate on Monday night, 7:10 start, Eastern time, of course. The Philadelphia Eagles visit the Atlanta Falcons in the Georgia Dome. Atlanta is getting 3 points. I think Philadelphia puts up mucho puntos.
Really?
Yes, I do.
You think Quinn is going to allow that?
I do. I don't think he's going to have a choice.
That's a good point.
He's not going to have a choice. It's going to be a bloodbath.
So you're taking Philly?
Hands down.
Okay. I am not sold on the Sam Bradford wagon yet. I'm sorry. Philadelphia has looked probably one of the most sound. Can you stop coughing?
Sorry, I can't help it.
Thank you.
It's my allergies.
I think Philadelphia has looked like one of the most sound teams in the preseason.
Okay.
I think they were running on all cylinders. Actually, their offense looked very good. I'm not buying Sam Bradford just yet, and I like Sam Bradford. But if you're going to give me a choice between Bradford or Ryan, I'm going Ryan. against that Philly defense that really doesn't stand out to me.
I would take Philly's defense over Atlanta's defense right now. Just because the coach, it's only been a couple weeks. They haven't even gelled yet.
I don't know why everybody hates Atlanta's defense.
Because they're not good.
No, listen, they're really not that great, but, I mean...
And are they going to be able to be good enough to stop Philadelphia's powerful offense?
Phillies, if they run... Listen, if Sam Bradford is running that offense the way it's supposed to be run, Atlanta's going to have a really, really long night. I personally think that it's going to take a couple games for that to get going.
Okay, that's fair. But we have to focus about week 1.
I am picking Atlanta.
And I'm picking Philly.
I think Atlanta's going to win the game.
Okay, so you're taking Atlanta with the points. I'm taking Philly laying.
I'll take Atlanta on the money line.
Okay, the 3. Okay, fair enough.
I'll take no points, which I meant.
Okay, no, Philadelphia. You're taking Atlanta. I like Nelson Aguilar.
Who doesn't?
I think he's going to be
great. I love it. I love the pick.
I think he's going to be a monster.
Love the pick.
To close out week 1 in the league where they play for pay, the Minnesota Vikings visit
take on the
once great
49ers. The only team that is better than the Washington Redskins.
Right, right. Oh my God. Minnesota is giving the home 49ers 2.5 points. I never thought I'd say that.
That's going to change. That's going to change.
Probably.
By Monday night, that is not going to be 2.5 points.
You think it'll be a pick 'em?
No.
Minnesota's
going to be a heavier favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
San Francisco is awful.
Well, San Francisco's getting 2.5 in Levi Stadium, so they're home. I'm taking Minnesota. I think that they are going to be much better than last year. I think they're going to be contending for a wild card, finish second in the NFC North, and I think San Francisco goes 2-14 this year.
Well, listen, all the preseason shows that you and I did, we all said that San Fran is going to go. They're going to struggle to win 2 or 3 games. I am not changing my outlook on that starting week 1. I can tell you that much. Minnesota, another team. Teddy Bridgewater, prove me wrong, which I think you might do, because I didn't like you coming out of Louisville, but you look good in the preseason.
Hashtag Charles Johnson.
This kid listen, Teddy Bridgewater looked very, very good in the preseason.
AP might run for 200 yards this game.
Yeah, I like Minnesota. I think they are trending upward. I think they are an up-and-coming team. Love Mike Zimmer. I like Minnesota. Listen, Minnesota's defense here, if they're out there on the waiver wire,
they're sneaky play.
Minnesota's defense is the play here. I like Minnesota. Love Minnesota, actually.
I like Charles Johnson as a sleeper, and I'll take Minnesota.
Yeah, 100%.
So there you have it. Week 1 picks are in. We're going to keep track of this throughout the year. Maybe do a little game, see who finishes better throughout the course of the year. Our next show is going to come Tuesday, September 15th, just in time for week 2. Closing thoughts on week 1?
No, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about week 1. Again, folks, we're going to come to you. We're going to try to come to you weekly.
Yes.
The days may change. The days may switch. The days may change. But
we work. We work for a living.
We will promise you that we will get you an episode every week.
Right. Absolutely. Here's to the Bills-Packers Super Bowl.
Bills-Packers Super Bowl.
Why not?
Joe.
You never know.
You heard it here first.
Listen, as always, we definitely don't know everything.
However,
we definitely know more than you.
Enjoy week 1, everybody. Football's back.